What's up, humans, and welcome to a late night Psicoactivo. It's Monday for a lot of people. It's about to be Monday here, so happy Monday. Still Sunday for me, though. Just a couple of things before we move along with the breaking news, because it is breaking news. I knew that when I was about to drop the Friday video about Carl Nell, I knew that the reactions would not all be positive because this is serious information. This is whenever I drop something, I make sure that I have at least 3 or 4 sources with the same information from different places, not from the same source. And that's why I decided to drop it. The same thing happened last year. And to those who wonder, I know that I wear caps and I know that I wear football shirts and all that stuff. That is because I was a sports journalist for 15 years. I know it's sports. A lot of people don't take that seriously, but I did photography. I went into the mix zones to ask questions in there. I conducted interviews in person and remotely. I was an editor in the website. I edited video. I edited photo. I ran an editorial team for 5 years. I did a bunch of exclusives. I was part of a breaking news environment for many, many years. So if you guys see that I am doing work that is appealing to people and also has legit information, that is because I do have a lot of training. And I don't care if people come at me and attack my credibility. And I know the work that I do. If I wasn't confident in the work that I did, I would already left this whole thing because I've been attacked quite a bit. And the most discouraging thing about getting attacked is getting attacked by other creators who question the work that I do. But I prefer not to pay too much attention. All I want to say is that the information that I got and the information that I relayed on you guys was that Carl Nell was part of those unclassified briefings. That I got it confirmed from multiple sources. And something that happened today, I mean, on Sunday, he didn't have to do that, honestly. But Missileman, who's been on the show twice already, if you guys haven't seen those episodes, those are brilliant. He's a scientist. He's a rocket scientist who is part of all of this. He's trying to investigate all of this. And he was in a space earlier today where he confirmed the information that I relayed with you guys, because this is information that a lot of people are hearing. It's not just me. It's just that it wasn't public yet. And I decided to make it public. I'm not accusing Carl Nell of anything. I'm not saying that he's spreading this misinformation, or maybe whatever he was telling people there is true. I don't know. I'm just telling you what I heard about the different sources that I triple checked with, that he was part of these briefings in unclassified settings. And Lou Elizondo was also there. And Ivan Hanel was also there. And that was it. That was the report that I made. I knew that it was going to cause a lot of controversy because it was a time when a lot of things were already going down. But when I started looking at this whole rumor thing that kept becoming a broken telephone game, I decided to act on it. And that's why I did what I did. So beyond that, I know that I've been misquoted. I've been misinterpreted. My information has been spun. My words have been twisted. There's people that don't think that I'm a journalist. That's okay. I don't care. I'm going to keep doing my work. That's the only way I know how to respond, with work. Having said that, let's get to it, right? So, if you guys don't remember last Monday, because a lot of things have happened already, I released a video with a statement from the Civilian Axelrod, a name that I chose because there's already 2 Axelrods in Penetration and in Skinwalkers at the Pentagon, both brilliant books by Ingo Swann and George Knapp and Colm Kelleher. I decided to use that name because this person that I released a statement from is a first-hand witness. He witnessed something back in 2003, And there wasn't a lot of information about him, but I released a statement. I'm going to leave it in the description. He explained why he's not coming forward. He explained the problems that he's going through, but we didn't have confirmation from an official capacity yet that this guy was actually real until today. And we didn't just get that. We actually got confirmation that I already knew about, but I couldn't share because it wasn't public yet, that this guy has photos and videos of a close-up of whatever he saw. He thinks it's probably human-made technology. I don't know if that's what he saw, but that's what he thinks he saw. This triangular craft. And he took video of it. And based on the description, the video he took of it is about 50 yards away. If you guys are doing the math well, I think that this guy is sitting on potential smoking gun evidence of a UFO, something that has been elusive forever. There really isn't one of those out there. The most official ones that exist are the ones that were released with the New York Times article, Gimbal, Go Fast, and the Tic Tac. So tonight, there was a UFO Twitter space with two people who are very well known within the UFO Twitter sphere, and a Missileman, who is a friend of mine. These two people they do a lot of work. They have a lot of followers. They are Tupacabra and Red Panda Koala. I've featured a lot of Red Panda's videos on my show, and Tupacabra does some of the best AI work that I've seen. So today, he ran a space that he initially named Hood Rat. And to everyone's surprise, Representative Eric Burlison was listening in. And everybody was excited. We all tuned in just to see if maybe he would go in. He then became anonymous again, and we thought he was leaving. And then he came back and he started talking, and he revealed a bunch of stuff. He talked about that the hearings are confirmed for September 9th. That's one. The other one is that he described the three firsthand witnesses that are going to be part of the hearings. The description goes as follows. The three different witnesses that are going to be potentially in the September 9 hearing are a former United States Air Force person who experienced or is going to talk about 5 UAP incidents. Then the other one is a Navy officer who witnessed UAP events firsthand. And the other one is also from the Air Force who witnessed a UAP firsthand. That's the hearing. That's the first big news. But my buddy Craig Oliver, who wrote the article about the Civilian Axelrod, got to ask a question in the final part of the space. And the first question, bless his heart, was about the Civilian Axelrod. He actually reveals the pseudonym by which this firsthand witness goes, which is Mike. So I'm going to just play you guys this part of the question and listen to what Burlison has to say, because Burlison confirms the existence of videos and photos that this man has. So let's listen to what he has to say. Yeah.
All right. Who's next?
Well, God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Magenta's been waiting really long.
All right, Magenta, and then we're going to get to locals, and then we got
Magenta is Craig Oliver. That's his Twitter name, because he runs alongside my other friend, Michael Armentor. They run the Magenta 1933 project. So he got to ask a question. He asked two. And the first one was about Axelrod, and the second one was about Magenta. We're going to listen to both of them right now.
We got everyone else coming up. Grider, UFO intros. Thank you guys for being patient.
Great work, Grider.
Great work, Grider. Go ahead, Magenta.
Yeah, hi, Representative Burlison. Yeah, thanks again for doing this. So I had kind of two big things fall on my lap last Monday. One of them directly involving you, and this was the civilian whistleblower who apparently has been in skiffs, and he's known anonymously as Michael, but had a close-up encounter that he filmed on 4K video in I think in Wichita, Kansas.
So just to be clear, Craig misspoke here. I think there is another video from 2019 that is 4K. I don't know how he got that, but the one he's referring to is not 4K, but it is close-up video of really good equipment from 2003, which is pre-Tic Tac, just to make that clarification.
Around 20 years ago. And apparently he was speaking to you as my buddy Paul and I were working with Ivan Hanel on getting his statement out about why he doesn't want to come forward any longer. So I was wondering if you could comment on that.
That is that's an interesting individual, and I'm hoping to keep that relationship going and try to get more information. Right now he seems very guarded, but yeah, I don't right now. I think that the problem is the problem is it's complicated things. The fact that he owns a private business and he's seeking a government contract, and he just kind of complicates the whole scenario. So the fact that he's not an existing contractor who's then bringing forward information, it makes it look like he's trying to use it to get contracts. But at the end of the day, I think that I'm not skeptical in that regard. I'm just telling you what I'm having to deal with. I think that he is I think that he's a patriot. I think that he's someone who wants to protect the interests of the United States. He's been able to get these videos and photos. I've only seen one photo and one video. And I will say that whenever I have talked about those photos and shown them to people that were in the know about highly classified U.S. military aircraft, the response was jaw dropping. People are shocked that someone who is an amateur or is not exactly an established contractor was able to gather these photos and videos. So I'm still trying to figure out what the origin is and figure out how I can work with him and help him. And so that I'm trying to be as transparent as possible without revealing who he is and revealing too much about what he has.
Okay, cool. Thanks. And then I'll sneak in one more real quick. Right after that, my research partner, good friend Michael, and I hopped into a space in here with an Italian researcher, and my buddy and I have been digging really, really deep into the Magenta 1933 story that kind of broke with David Grush. And one thing that this researcher told us was that J.D. Vance went on vacation to Italy recently, and that he actually went there to be briefed on this subject and sort of the history of, possibly Magenta and the Italian UFO stories in general. So I was wondering if you knew anything about that, and if Magenta is on your radar, the Seoul conference in Italy in October and all that.
I mean, I haven't been invited to the Seoul conference, but yeah, I am very much aware of the Magenta event and the narrative behind that, and I find it intriguing. And I would love to someday make contact with the Vatican, and hopefully, talk with some people that are or get access to the Vatican archives. I think that would be really fascinating.
Cool. Yeah, we know somebody
who's appreciate that, man.
Yeah, we do know somebody who is going to be there soon, so we'll let you know.
So, did you guys notice how he stumbled really quite a bit when he was asked about Axelrod? Now we know it's Mike. He stumbled really hard because That story is a difficult one to tell because Tim Phillips said that this guy was a contractor, and then he accused the guy of trying to extort them, which is not true. Afterwards, and after an investigation, he was cleared from that. That did not happen. However, he does want to get a payday. And I don't know if you ever find something that seems really valuable in a field like what he apparently found. I don't know if you wouldn't react the same way. Maybe you would. I don't know if I would. Maybe I would. But he's been trying to get something from this for since 2003. So that's what is making this really difficult. But he's not trying to extort anybody. He is not a contractor. He's a civilian, a private business owner. And there's a lot more to the story, though. But until then, I just want you guys to check out the entire space that Tupa and Red and Missileman hosted. It's great work, guys. Congratulations. When it happens like this unexpectedly, I think it's when people enjoyed the most. I know I did. But congratulations, you guys killed it. And just, I don't know, let me know what you guys think about this video that Burlison saw, about how shocked the other people were when Burlison described what he saw in the video, the pictures. Apparently, this guy is sitting on smoking gun evidence, and there are a couple of different problems that are making him being hesitant to release them. And we are going to be explaining that on subsequent videos, because I need to get permission from him to talk about this in detail. Maybe I can get him on the show. Also, this is a formal invitation to Representative Burlison to talk on Psicoactivo. The door's always open for you. I know that probably maybe some of my comments about how the religious aspect is getting too much into UFOs, maybe it doesn't sit well with some of you. I just want to clarify that I grew up in a Catholic family. I'm from Mexico. Everybody here basically is Catholic or Christian, and I know how to respect people's beliefs. All I'm saying is that the fact that we're interpreting the phenomenon through a religious lens, some of us, I don't think that is going to help the topic move forward, because I think that all of those interpretations from the past were just that, interpretations. And I don't think that whatever that was, whatever those interactions were, whatever people were seeing that thought that were angels, I don't think they're angels. That's all I'm saying. I think there's something else that we have to look through a lens of today's world, probably and preferably not through a religious lens, because I think that's a mistake. This is a personal opinion, but I still love and respect everybody and everybody's beliefs. And I have nothing against that at all. Just saying, let's not misinterpret, because it's been misinterpreted for millennia. That's all I'm saying. But let me know what you think. And what do you think about that final part? Because Burlison changed his demeanor when he was asked about Magenta. He was very adamant and happy to talk about it. But when they asked him about Mike, that's when he stumbled, and he really chose his words carefully. It's because it's not an easy case. This guy is sitting in evidence, and he has evidence, physical evidence. And it's difficult because he doesn't want to release it. He has his reasons, valid reasons, but we're trying to get him to a point where he can release everything, and we can finally get what we all want, the smoking gun. Let's see if we can get it. Maybe this will encourage him. And thank you, Mr. Burlison, for, man, you were like 3 hours in there, and you're in East Coast. It's past midnight in the Pacific right now where I am. So it's like 3 a.m. over there. So, man, you really are as curious as we are. So kudos to you. Let me know what you think. If you like the content you see, I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. That's all you need to do in order to help us, and it is what helps us the most. So thank you. But if you want to support us in other ways, there's a few links down there you can choose from. You can become a member on YouTube, or you can support us through KGRA. Anything you choose to do is always very appreciated. So thank you. That's it for me today on this video, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Remember, stay curious and inquisitive like Eric Burlison. Always. Bye. always.